Welcome. Today we're not just creating another lesson plan, we are building an actual adventure. I'm going to show you how to take the content you already teach and spin it into an exciting, super engaging digital escape room.
So, have you ever looked out at your students and just felt like they were, going through the motions, like you've hit a total dead end on the road to real engagement? Yeah, trust me, you are definitely not alone in that feeling.
But what if I told you there's a proven way to reignite that spark? Look at this number, 14%. That's the average jump in skill-based assessment scores when training gets gamified. This is proof that games aren't just for fun. They are powerful, legitimate teaching tools.
Okay, so for the next few minutes, think of me as your personal instructional design mentor. I'm going to walk you through a really simple 6-part journey to build your very own digital escape room. We'll start with why we're doing this, then build a blueprint, craft a story, design some awesome puzzles, put it all together with Google Forms, and finally, do a test run. All right, let's dive right in.
First things first, before we can even dream up puzzles or secret codes, we have to start with the why. I heard an educator say their students were tired of death by case studies, and that really stuck with me. We have to make sure every single choice we make is purposeful and, backed by solid teaching principles.
So why does this work so well? Well, it's all about active participation. An escape room cranks up engagement, it encourages teamwork, and, this one's huge, it gives students a safe space to fail and try again. They'll willingly look at your content over and over, not because they have to, but because they're hunting for clues. And that, right there, is how you boost retention and create an experience they'll actually remember.
Okay, so here's the crucial point. We are not building a test. We're designing a formative assessment, an assessment for learning. It's all about using activities to support learning and give feedback along the way. Shifting our mindset from just grading them to helping them learn, well, that gives us so much more freedom to focus on engagement and make sure everyone feels included.
All right, let's get into our second step, creating your blueprint for success. And I'm telling you, the single most important tool in this whole process, the one thing that's going to make this all feel organized and doable, is just a simple spreadsheet.
Take a look at this, because this is your game plan. See how every single row connects a clear learning objective to a specific puzzle? So for example, if you want to teach Excel formulas, your puzzle is a calculation challenge. Want to teach cybersecurity? Bam! An email analysis puzzle. This simple little table makes sure every part of your game has a real academic purpose right from the very beginning.
And as you're planning, always think about your audience. The puzzles you'd make for freshmen should be pretty introductory, with more clues. But for your seniors or advanced learners, you can ramp up the difficulty with complex, multi-step challenges and way fewer hints. The goal is always to challenge them, not to frustrate them.
Okay, with a solid blueprint locked in, we can finally get creative. Let's talk about crafting your story and building the flow of the game. A simple, compelling story is basically the vehicle that's going to carry all of your learning content. Now, your story doesn't need to be some epic masterpiece. It just has to connect the puzzles and set a theme. It could be as simple as, we have to reassemble Santa's sleigh to save Christmas, or we need to find the hidden treasure to escape this cursed museum. It's all about giving them a reason to solve the puzzles.
And seriously, keep it simple. The story's main job is to give purpose to the puzzles and just guide the learner from one challenge to the next. Yeah, it creates a sense of urgency, which is great, but remember, the real star of the show is the learning content you've so carefully embedded inside each puzzle.
And now we get to the heart of the whole experience, the puzzles themselves. This is where the learning really happens, because in an escape room, solving the puzzle is the learning activity.
A really classic and effective puzzle type is the cipher. Something like a simple Caesar cipher is just fantastic for reinforcing any concepts that involve patterns, sequences, or even translation.
And they're so easy to make. First, you just pick a shift number. Let's say 3. Then you write out your secret message, something like code. Finally, you just shift each letter down the alphabet by 3 spots. So C becomes F, O becomes R, and so on. Your new message, FRGH, is now the puzzle students have to crack. It's a classic for a reason.
Another great option, riddles. These are perfect for checking if students really understand a concept and for encouraging them to think critically and creatively about your lesson.
Take this classic riddle. I have cities but no houses. I have mountains but no trees. I have water but no fish. What am I? The answer, of course, is a map. And this just perfectly shows how a good puzzle can make students look at the same old ideas in completely new and rewarding ways.
Okay, so you've got your plan, your story, your puzzles. Now what? How do you actually build this thing? Well, you don't need any fancy software. We're going to build this entire experience using a free, accessible tool you probably use every day, Google Forms.
The magic trick here is a feature called response validation. What you do is create a separate section for each puzzle, add a short answer question, and then you turn on response validation. You just set a rule that their answer has to match your solution exactly. If they type in the wrong thing, Google Forms literally won't let them move to the next section. It effectively creates a locked door that they can only open with the right answer.
We are so close. You've planned it, you've written it, you've built it. But hold on, before you launch it, we need to cover the final and, I'd argue, most crucial step, the test run.
Beta testing is absolutely non-negotiable. Seriously, grab a small group that's like your intended audience, and then just sit back and watch them. Don't give any hints. See where they get stuck. Is a clue confusing? Is a puzzle way too easy? Timing them is also super important. This is your chance to work out all the kinks before the real deal, which ensures the experience is smooth and fun for everyone.
And there you have it. By following these steps, you haven't just built a game, you've built an entire immersive world that makes learning active, memorable, and honestly, a lot of fun. So, you've created a room for them to escape from. The only question left is, what world will you build for them next?